Welcome to a dragon fight. I've done some of these before, but they were all little ones. This is going to be a big one. Now, you guys all know what's been going on in Brudell. And I need to mute myself on Twitch. All right. In Brudell, there have been all sorts of fun things happening. Tranquil has become the high priest of an ancient demigod. He's also been making some really awesome weapons and items. And there's been some Adventurers Guild people who have finally met him for the first time. And those are my in real life players, whom most of you watching have never seen before. So I'm going to go around and we're going to introduce ourselves. George, who are you?
My name is George. I live in Madison, which is why I can play in real life with Matt, the Carpe DM. The character I am playing in this campaign is Fok, spelled F-O-K, in case you're wondering. And Fok is a druid of the ancient grove, the Grove of Ancients in the Orklands, right about here in the green circle here above Brudell, north of Brudell. So he's a druid, spends a lot of his time in animal form. It's how he's most comfortable. And he is not very accustomed to the civilized world or some of the more intricacies of other races. So he may seem simple, but everything he does is well thought out.
All right. Nick, who are you?
I am Nick. I also live in Madison. My character is Orlando. He is a elf ranger. He is from Isendel, and he is really good with a long bow and not great with women.
That's for sure. What is Orlando's family name?
Bloom. Yes. Oh, interesting fact about Orlando. He was once trapped in a poop dungeon for a year.
Now that is a new level of evil.
Majarius and I have words.
All right. Sarah P.
Hi guys, I'm Sarah P. That's me. A lot of you watching probably know me. I'm regular on Evil Speeches channel and also over here. I am playing Arden Hikino today. She is a human rogue. She is sort of gruff and not very excited about life in general. And she's like, well, fuck it, let's kill a dragon then, I guess, because that seems like a good thing to do. I think that's about it. That's all for me.
And Serranus, who are you?
My name is Serranus. You can catch me over on Evil Squeegee's channel tomorrow. Judas here. A Deadlands campaign happening. But right now, you can find me playing Vlar Davalis. He is a human warlock of the Great Old One persuasion. He is definitely a bit crazy in the head. He for when he was a hermit in the hills, he learned of great tentacled ones out in the stars, and in order to save his mind entirely, he pacted with one to make sure that it didn't kill him immediately. And he gained a little bit of madness from that, manifesting in being rather paranoid about traps and about tentacle-based apocalypses. And he is currently wearing the dragon's children on his robes. So
Some of them.
some of them.
All right. And Dan, who are you?
I'm Dan, also from Madison in the real life game. And my character is Tacklin Frostbeard. His friends call him Frosty. He's a dwarf who hails from Brudell and rose to local fame in the fighting pits there. But his prowess in the pits wasn't necessarily because he was such a great fighter. I mean, he is, but he knows how to please a crowd. So he's a dwarf bard who is always looking to entertain whoever he can.
Excellent. I am giving Mr. Evil Squeegee a shout out because I also run games on his channel, and I, of course, am the Carpe DM. I frequently seize the game, in deference, of course, to my Dark Overlord, Robovin. There we go. Always check out twitch.tv/Evil Squeegee. And you can find me there on some Wednesday mornings playing or running games. You can also find me on my channel, and I will be starting to run games every Wednesday night. Right at about this time, and right in this place. My actual place might change, but the Twitch channel won't. Anyway, so you guys are in Brudell because Fock, Orlando Bloom, Frosty, Frostbeard, and Roywin of the Wind Clan, Roywin Fizzlebang, in fact, found evidence of an ancient dragon, a very large dragon. Would any of you like to elaborate on that at all?
Sure. I can do it. So, on our travels back to Brudell, which is a whole saga on its own, upon arriving back in Brudell, we talked to, I always say, is it Fuzzbeard? Trinkle Fuzzbeard?
Yep,
Yeah.
Trinkle Fuzzbeard.
We talked to Trinkle Fuzzbeard, and he had a couple errands for us to run, and we actually came back really short. We came back, and the way we arrived in Brudell was we appeared in the town center with a dragon carcass of a medium to large size red dragon. And so having that resume kind of tacked onto us as we came in, he asked us if we could kill some dragons down below. And as we were investigating a collapsed portion of the Brudell underground, or kind of old city, we stumbled upon what we can only imagine to be one of the biggest dragons ever. So we decided that we needed to probably call in some help. So we had contacted the Adventurers Guild and as many important people in and around Brudell as we could. And apparently that means you two. So here we are.
So the Adventurers Guild, upon being contacted, dropped basically everything and changed their portal to be connected to Brudell so that they could feed as many people into Brudell to set things up and organize and get ready as possible. And they believe that you three are probably the best suited for this particular encounter because you know more than most of the other Adventurers Guild members about red dragons in the first place. And after you guys reported back, you found out that you are actually some of the most well-qualified to fight the kobolds as well, because you guys have fought quite a number of them and survived, and in fact come out pretty thoroughly on top. So they've asked you three for your help, and of course they asked Basha for her help, and she said, I am not a frontlines person, but I can go hide and look for stuff for you. So she actually went out in the middle of the night to try and figure out exactly where to go. So she went out, and Roywin has been helping deal with any other problems that crop up, because in the chaos of the entire city getting ready to go fight this dragon the following morning, she has been dealing with all of the various scrapes and other things. Broken bones, tramplings, all those kinds of things, as she is one of the best clerics on hand at the moment. So, you three and have gone back to Trinkle's the next morning as you're getting ready to go to see if he's got your item ready for you, and you're greeted at the door by Ellen, whom you remember is his assistant. Hello?
Hi, Ellen. We've come to collect.
Trinkle's not here. He's being held, I suppose.
Elaborate?
Well, it seems he went out to help the his friends, the fun fluids, get their children back because they were making potions and everything. And he kind of died.
Excuse me? Trinkle's dead?
Well, we think so,
Ah,
but he's also kind of encased in ice. And we're not entirely sure why that is.
Did
So-
someone roll on the wild magic table? Is that what happened?
Nope. So you can have the cloak, but he didn't exactly finish it. So it kind of still explodes.
What does it do aside from exploding?
I mean, mostly it just explodes.
great.
You put it on, and he's kind of been testing it out mostly by himself, because he's the one that has had the ring of immunity to the fire, but he couldn't get it to not hurt himself. But it doesn't hurt him as much as it hurts everybody else around him. So there's that.
Okay. Is there an activation word for this cloak?
No. It mostly happens when you get hit.
Oh.
Like, if you get hit, it goes boom.
Great. Well,
I don't think it happens every time, but it kind of happens a lot.
well,
I've used it before, and it didn't kill me, so that's good. But it still hurts.
Were you wearing a ring?
Not his, though.
Okay.
One like the ones he gave you.
All right. Well,
Okay.
I guess we'll roll with it.
yeah.
Thanks, Ellen.
Wait, is somebody tending to Trinkle?
Well, nobody really needs to, because he looks pretty dead. And he's completely encased in ice.
Is he mostly dead? Because that still means partly alive.
Yeah, well, we can't go through his pockets looking for loose change because his pockets are also encased in ice.
Have you tried using fire on the ice? I hear it's
Yes,
super effective.
it hasn't worked.
uh,
All right.
It actually hurts people when they touch it.
Ooh,
Hmm.
interesting.
Just enough to get him to back off, though. So, if you'd like the cloak, then you can have it. But I don't know if it'll do much good against the dragons.
maybe you can hold on to it for a little while.
Okay, I'll be happy to give it to you later if you'd like. You know,
Yeah.
assuming you make it back. I'm really
Rude.
hoping you do. We've been churning out swords and axes and bows and arrows for the whole night. Are you three going to be in charge?
Well, I don't know about that. I can tell you that I'll certainly be there.
That means a lot coming from you, Frosty.
Oh.
Give her a little wink.
Oh
And
my. All right, well, you'd best be off. I think they're going to start gathering up and leaving soon. Thank you all for everything you're about to do.
well, thanks for your part, Ellen.
All right. So you guys head to the main area where you actually first teleported in the first place, and you find a few other members of the Adventurers Guild standing there, sort of arguing about like the best way to go in. And you also see two humans kind of standing off to the side with pretty much all the dwarves kind of looking a little bit hesitant at their presence, but at the same time they're wearing the Adventurers Guild thing. So you're good. All right. The Adventurers Guild members all seem to be arguing about whether it's best to sneak in or just go in arrows blazing, so to speak. Vlar and Arden, you, by the way, are the two humans. And you can come in on this argument on whichever side or kind of stand back at your leisure. You hear an orc, actually, saying, "We need to do this the easiest way possible. Charge in, everyone. Kill it."
You think that's easy? Easy.
Vlar,
Easy, yes.
That's an easy way to die.
Vlar is just looking through his book that's wrapped in human skin and seems to have living shadow wreathed around it. Ancient dragons. Easy. Yes. I doubt we'll live through any of its breath weapon if we charge in head first.
I'm telling you, it's a fire dragon, right? It's living beneath the city, right? We're in a fucking mountain. Why don't we just open up a pipe, take a week, and flood the damn thing?
Every time we found a dragon, as you should know if you'd been studying, is that every time we find a dragon, it leaves. It escapes because we can't get to it fast enough. This time, we did it soon. We need to go in and just kill the motherfucker.
Okay, your funeral. I'll be there, but you won't see me.
Oh, of course.
It's kind of hard to miss me, though. We're in these bright red
You'll be-
squares. The scales.
Oh, Vlar, you'll be fine.
Well then, he closes the book as a tentacle starts to come out. He puts it in his robes. How many entrances are there to this lair of his?
We're still waiting on Basha to get back.
I thought you wanted to go soon. Where is she?
We don't know. She should have been back by now.
You need someone to go get her?
Just like Basha, to disappear when we need her.
Arden and Vlar. This guy knows Basha.
You know where she is?
Nope.
We know that she left in the middle of the night to go scout, but knowing her, she's found something shinier that caught her interest and is like picking somebody's pocket as we speak. Never can trust humans.
More than likely the dragon's horde, I bet.
Can't trust humans. What are you talking about?
Vlar completely ignores that.
Arden doesn't. What's
All
your
right.
name? I don't believe we met.
Fuck.
Fuck, that's charming.
If you say so.
You heading up this fight with the dragon then? Mr. Fock?
Anything that'll get me home sooner, and if this can prove my medal to the Adventurers Guild, then I guess that's what the plan is.
If you live, I'm sure that they'll give you plenty of medals.
Humans always think they're so funny.
But we are.
You say creepily with tentacles and shadows around you. But we are funny.
All right.
All right, I'm done with this.
So, a familiar face, Bernathi, the human wizard, steps up, and he approaches Fock, Orlando, and Frosty. I believe you guys met him before, right?
Once.
I don't think so.
Like once.
Maybe.
He like sent
I
us a
don't remember.
request
Yep.
a couple months ago.
Not all humans know each other. God, Carpe.
All right. Anyway, he comes up, and you recognize him as one of the older, more upstanding senior members of the Adventurers Guild. And he goes up to you guys and notices you in conversation with Arden and Vlar. And he says, "You three, there were two others with you before, weren't there?"
Yes, Basha went to go scout and likely got herself killed or summoned a demon, one of those things. Roywin is out tending the...
What a fantastic idea!
So for now, it's just us three.
Hmm. All right. Well, we'll need at least 5 different groups, I think. Would you three be willing to lead some of those groups?
Sure.
Yep.
You got it, boss.
Excellent. I'd heard that you'd received special rings from Tranquil.
We did indeed.
Yes.
Ah, good. And your 2 friends, do they still have their rings?
They should.
Yeah.
Oh, excellent. Perhaps if they are not accompanying you all on the attack, they could pass their rings off, at least temporarily, to others who might be able to lead groups. He turns to you, Arden. Your name is Arden, I believe. Formerly of the... right? By the way, you recognize this as the signal that someone is a member of the Adventurers, or a member of the Spies Guild.
I knew somebody who did the thing once. Yeah. Why?
Excellent. You might be of specific use to them with your less than visible nature.
I suppose
Correct.
it would be a bit of a boon, yeah.
Okay. Then perhaps you could best make use of this. He reaches into his pocket and pulls out a ring. It appears to be made of a blue metal with various shiny sigils around the outside. And there's actually two pieces to this ring. And it looks like the outer piece spins around the inner piece. And he hands it to you. And he says, all you need to do is spin the ring and wish you were invisible. And it should work.
Can I wish anything else with this ring?
I imagine you could wish whatever you'd like, but you won't actually get anything.
Oh, damn.
But it can make you invisible, which I imagine would be particularly useful to one of your specific talents.
Thank you. That will be a great help.
Yes. Vlar,
Yes.
I understand your concerns for the future, but I hope you understand that our concerns for the future are slightly more pressing than yours at the moment.
That's why I'm here.
Excellent. Would you be willing to lead one of the groups?
I would be willing, yes.
Oh, good. Good. He reaches into his robes and pulls out a long, thin, crystalline wand. And he passes it very delicately to you. Be very, very careful with this. It was made from the crystal trees north of Crystalla for a frost dwark. They make excellent warlocks, I'm told. And one of them very graciously gifted us with this weapon, which it is said was used by Svinta herself.
Ooh.
It is a good honor to wield this wand.
Yes.
I'll make good use of it and keep it safe.
Yes, we will need it back, assuming it does not get added to the Dragon's Hoard.
Assuming.
Yes.
Though I am wearing its children, so that should be fun.
Yes. All right. I very much hope Basha makes it back soon. Would you all like to choose your groups?
Yes.
Sure.
Excellent. We've gathered as many dwarves as we could reasonably get for your personal honor guard and patrols. The rest will come down after. But we very much hope you'll be the what do they call it? I am not familiar with battle terminology. The forefront. I
The
suppose?
Vanguard.
Yes. Yes. I very much wish you all luck, and wish that I could be of more help. However, I sadly concentrated mostly on fire magic, and from what you all have told us, that will do next to nothing.
Well, you're not wrong.
Yeah. Well,
Yes.
Thanks for your help, though.
Yes.
Appreciate it.
All right. So you guys each get to choose what kinds of dwarves you want to come with you. The majority of dwarves are fighters and barbarians, although there are plenty of wizards in there.
Mm-hmm.
There are some that are a little more on the sneaky side, and you can also grab some of the Adventurers Guild people who are a little sneakier. And basically just like have an idea of what kind of people you want in your group. And fuck. You are introduced to 4 dwarves: Bandoth, Lokriak, Lolgarlun, Gargrunri, and they're all wearing like breastplates, have axes, and a bow on their shoulder. They look very martial, and they're introduced as your honor guard.
Ooh.
And they basically stick around you like bodyguards.
Oh.
You are also
Okay.
given 2 dwarves as your patrol leaders, Sergeant Oakbraid and Sergeant Lightbrew. You're introduced to all of them, and they you give them your directions for like what kinds of people to go search out, what kinds of dwarves you want, what kinds of Adventurers Guild people you want, and they go find them for you and organize them into a nice little unit. And there are a total of 50 people in your unit. Orlando.
Well,
Yes.
shoot.
In much the same way, you are introduced to Thrarnurim, Jodmut, Grokhair, Glaflorlug, and Sergeant Smeltax and Sergeant Flintgut.
All right.
And you are able to give them your instructions, and they go out and collect whatever kinds of people you want, and etc. Arden, you are introduced to Fotruki, Eldak, Rastor, and Throziel as your honor guard, and Sergeant Orcloak and Sergeant Craghelm are your patrol leaders. Vlar, you are introduced to Olgauth, Grornus, Josuk, Nurakara, and Sergeant Windrock and Sergeant Hornthorn.
Sergeant Peppers.
Tacklin, you are brought up, and 4 of your buddies from the pits come up, and they're wearing that breastplate, and they've got those axes, but you know these guys.
Mm-hmm.
This is good old Gobaster, Gotgrin, Ostrin, and Jalgraleen.
Oh, Doug Grayling, I haven't seen him in forever.
Mm-hmm. They all walk up. Yeah, we gonna keep you safe, bud.
That's good, boys.
And you are also introduced to Sergeant Barrelbow and Sergeant Keg Armor. He's a
Do I
little
know
bit drunk.
these guys at all?
Keg armor.
Actually, Sergeant Keg Armor's breastplate has like the stylings like it's a keg, and it even has a bronze brew sigil on the
Oh,
front.
that's awesome. I want to go on a one.
And Roywin comes up, and she looks exhausted. Apparently, somebody got into a brawl in one of the taverns over this stuff, and she had to go break it up by herself because she couldn't sleep. And so she looks exhausted, and she says, "Almost everything is gone, guys." Roywin, by the way, is a gnome. "Almost everything is gone, guys, but here, I'll let you borrow it." And she holds out a ring that appears to be made of interlocking red stones. She holds it out to Vlar, as he is wearing the dragon armor.
He accepts it graciously from the gnome.
Excellent. This is going to give you resistance to fire damage. So whenever there's fire damage, you take half of it. She also raises her hands and prays, "O giver of stories, please go with my friends and keep them safe, because I want to hear this one when they get back. And you guys all get 5 temporary hit points.
Awesome.
And you guys can add those to your sheets, or to your characters here in the Brudell Caverns. And you're going to be on the bottom right side of the map. All right. So Roywyn has given you her blessing and the blessing of her god. And she steps away and collapses, exhausted. And it is just about at this time when Basha comes stumbling up, held by 2 dwarves who appear to have overcome their basically racism against humans, and like look very concerned for her. And they're carrying her up. She is bleeding and scorched and burned. Her hair is gone. And yeah.
Khaleesi?
Not quite.
She goes, "Hey guys, thank God for that ring, right? Oh fuck." She looks over at Arden, gives kind of a questioning glance. Yeah? Oh, good. Okay, then you're going with them, right?
Yeah.
Excellent. She pulls off her ring, holds it out,
All these rings, my lucky day.
and then collapses. The 2 dwarven guards say, "She gave us the directions, and we know how to get there. We'll lead you guys." Have you guys all gathered your party?
She has served Avalor well. Very good. I am ready with my entourage, as well as the others and their entourages, I believe.
Yeah, I got
All
mine
right.
right here.
Excellent. So, you guys are marched down with your groups to what looks like a cave-in, but actually is a well-disguised tunnel that goes down towards where Fock, Orlando, and Frosty were going, or heard the dragon coming from. Is there anything you 3 would like to tell Arden and Vlar about what you know about the dragon so far?
We know that there is extreme heat. We know that there are kobold shamans, for lack of a better word, that can cast magic and might even be more dangerous than their larger half-dragon brethren. And we know that although there may seem to be endless amounts of gold, that once it leaves a certain area, a certain vicinity, it actually turns into pebbles because they are an illusion. And that was really disheartening 2 weeks ago.
I've seen shit like that before.
I'm
That
sure
is
you
a
have.
simple trick.
Fuck, not no tricks.
Yeah, we fell for it, all right? Just
So when I say I've seen shit like that before, I mean I've seen shit like that before.
Is that the time you went with Zenzadunk?
I don't want to talk about it.
probably Majarius is doing.
Something like that.
From what yeah.
All right. So extreme heat, kobold shamans, half dragons, gold that's not really gold. So the usual.
If that's usual for you, then sure.
I read about it in a book somewhere.
I wonder
Alright.
if there are any more of her wormlings to kill. Excellent.
Well, I sure
Kobolds,
hope not. We've got plenty of other shit to deal with.
I've killed
All
plenty of their kobolds.
Well, good. We'll put you on that.
All right. So I'm going to take a step back from the story right now, and I'm going to explain how things are different because you guys are all level 3 and level 4, and the dragon is a CR24, which means that it should wipe the floor with you. However, I'm fucking with things because I think this is going to be cool. What's going to happen is, as you guys can see, in your character, or on your token, there are little red lines underneath your green lines. And in the red circle, you will see a 50 in each of your red circles.
Mm-hmm.
That is each of your dwarven companions. In the first stage of this encounter, you guys are going to be going through the caverns trying to find the dragon and trying to figure out how to attack it. While you do this, you're going to be encountering groups of kobolds. So right now, your character represents your 50 dwarves and Adventurers Guild people that are helping, that you are all moving through the area together. That red bar is where your hit points are going to come off of for this first part. Once you reach the dragon, things will change. And I'll explain that when we get to the dragon. But for right now, you want to keep all of your dwarves alive because the more dwarves you have, the easier it's going to be to hurt the dragon and everything else. Because, as everybody who's watching the stream can see, each of you has one of those names, or 6 of those names underneath your character's name. Each name that is not crossed off or not turned red is going to give you a +1 to attack, a +1 to damage, a +1 to your saving throw DC if you cast spells, and a +1 to your saving throws even if you don't cast spells. Which will both make it much easier to hit things and much easier to survive things. It does not, however, add to your AC because you're going to be attacking kobolds, and kobolds are going to be attacking you, trying to dwindle your numbers sufficiently so that the dragon can kill you all. Does that all make sense to everybody?
Yes.
Hit points are going to come out of the red box before they come out of the green box.
Got
Cool.
Yeah.
So each token right now represents a group of 50 people who are going to be traveling through the Underdark, and each square is, by necessity, bigger than a 5-foot square. But because rules work really well, I'm just going to say that you're going to act as though your character is normal, so your movement is going to be the same as it is as if this was a normal map. But it's actually going to be a greater distance in our imaginations.
Sure.
All right. So if you guys are ready, you guys find yourselves at the bottom of the tunnel, right where you see yourselves now. So, what are you guys going to do?
I think we should find a dragon.
Get in there.
All right. I see Arden's getting into her what she does best.
Backing off and hiding?
So
You
she
know
can
it.
strike from the shadows.
All
I
right.
will hang back behind the wall of metal over here.
Well, I think we should move up a bit.
All right, let's go.
So, go bit by bit. Ooh, I see something.
I will go ahead and enact my ring just to start off with.
Okay. Just so you know, that makes you invisible, not the rest of your group.
That's okay.
Yep. That's fine.
It's over here to the right.
Should we go check it out?
Yeah.
Arden, are you sneaking in there, or
Who, me?
yes?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll sneak around wherever you need me to sneak around. How about I
Alright.
scout? That's what I'm for, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
Let's check out this room to this little alcove.
Over here?
Yep.
All right. So invisibly, do you want me to take any other stealth actions, as I am intending to stealth as much as possible?
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you going to go by yourself, or are you going to take your whole group with you? Because I will allow you
I
to
am
do
going to
it.
scout ahead by myself, invisible and stealthy.
Okay. Then I am going to have you go ahead and roll a stealth check with advantage.
Great. Stealthy, stealthy.
Look at that.
Beautiful.
Wow.
All right. So you go down this area and you find what appears to be a storage cave. Looks like there's like very simple weapons. It looks like it's all probably stuff that they've stolen from the dwarves at one point or another. There's like half broken kegs, and it looks like swords have been kind of stuck in it to kind of hold them up. There's a couple of barrels. There's a couple of like crates that have like arrows in them and crossbow bolts and stuff, so that they can basically, this is a storage area.
All right. I'll continue on.
All right. So once you get up to there, you can see
Ooh.
that there are a couple of groups of kobolds in here, and there is a fire. And it looks like this is a cooking area. There's a whole bunch of meat, and go ahead and roll me an investigation check with disadvantage because you're still a little ways away.
Look at this map.
This map, by the way, was created by Mr. Zhang Mac,
Zang.
and it is
Zang, it's beautiful.
fucking gorgeous.
It is a very beautiful map, as usual.
As usual. I can't wait to see the rest of it. I got a 14.
Mm-hmm. You think you might recognize an arm sticking out of this pit over here. It looks, but it's definitely much too charred to be from anyone who's still alive.
Okay. I recognize an arm, so like I know the person whose arm it belonged to, or
No, like you recognize that it is an arm.
that it is an arm.
Yes.
Ah, okay.
Everything
Is there
else just looks like meat.
Any jewelry or pieces of anything identifiable on it that maybe I don't recognize, but could be described to somebody else?
Nope.
Okay. I just see the one kobold.
The one group of kobolds.
Okay, it's a group.
Yes.
I better not try it then. Although I am very sneaky. I'm going to try it.
Do it.
I want to sneak into the cave.
Okay. You notice
A
the
little
other
further.
group of kobolds as well. These
Yep.
appear to be eating. These appear to be cooking, but they all have daggers and claws at the ready.
So maybe they know we're coming. That's good to know. All right, I'll head back. Here I go.
All right.
So I'll report back to the others. So I got up through one room. There's nobody in there. The next room, there's two groups of kobolds. We might be able to sneak up on them if we're real lucky.
Very well. Did you find when the kobold.
Did I what? I'm sorry. I didn't
What
catch.
did you find in there other than the
Well,
kobolds?
they're sort of like in a. And I think our friend.
I'm getting a
Sorry.
Yep.
whole lot of lag.
Lots of lag.
So-
That is Roll20's fault then.
The lag is real.
All right. I
Be
got.
back.
All right.
So what you saw was
I think so.
the arm in the fire.
Yeah, they were cooking some things that maybe looked like us.
Mm,
So
I appear to have
It
disappeared.
sounds like.
I'll be right back.
Oh, bye.
So everyone, how are you guys doing? Oh,
Good.
Pretty okay.
Yeah.
This is a far cry
the stream
from
was
how-
unable to connect due to a network error over George.
George.
Wait, what'd I do?
Mine's over Sarah P.
what? I don't have a network error for anybody. I mean,
Me neither.
I have this
Roll
thing
20.
I have this
Oh,
thing
I-
cannot be reached on Twitch.
All right. So there is a bunch of kobolds up there. Is there like another exit in there or another entrance in there?
there is. That's kind of why I wanted to head up that direction because I got up to the kitchen. I'll draw a little map in the gravel down
Okay.
there. Got up this direction. 2 groups of kobolds. Some of them eating, some of them cooking, some of them dead. Not the kobolds, our friends. And off to the other end of the cave, there was another path going up that way.
All right.
All right. Can you all hear me again?
Yes.
Yeah.